I'm live. Hey, we're gonna go play some baritone ukulele. You should come join us. First, go to Jolly Roger Ukulele, and every day I post a link for the class on the top of the page, which is what I'm doing now. Shift, highlight, link, enter, edit, settings, open a new window, update, and update. Over on that website, jollyrogerukulele.com, there's all of our baritone stuff. It's growing. I'm building up the program to be identical for baritone ukulele as it is for regular ukulele, and because as you know, this is abnormal ukulele, and uh, once we have that in place, then it won't matter anymore whether you want to play baritone or whether you want to play regular ukulele. Um, I'm a huge baritone ukulele fan, only in the sense that sometimes having this deeper tone is really nice. It sort of takes, with regular ukulele, we sometimes have this discussion about low G, high G, blah, blah, blah. In my mind, it's not a ukulele unless there's a high G on there, but I absolutely understand the musical and the instrumental need for having a low G on here. Baritone solves both of those problems. It just already has a low string on here. It's low D, and it has the playability of a ukulele. It has kind of the sound of a guitar. It's way more fun, and it attracts some very hilarious people, this instrument. So that's why we're working on it. It's a great activity. I'm glad you are here. Vic is here. She's spending way too much time with me these days. Poor thing. And Lanny is here. Lanny is a long time, serious, high level ukulele player. And he is thinking, need something to aggravate myself with. Why don't I pick up baritone? So that's what he's up to these days. I was just looking over here like, what is that mess? So I'm still working on this this bag full of everything makes you fat. And then I got these guys. These are my emergency if I have a sugar low. Those little mini kind bars are 100 calories, I think, each. I don't know if it says. Probably, I don't know. It doesn't say on this. Oh, wait, here it goes. 90 calories. 90 calories for one of these bad boys. And they're just perfect. They're like, oh, I'm feeling sorry for myself. Blunk. And then all of a sudden you're in good shape. So, yeah, like those. Jack is in from Illinois. Aloha to you, sir. Terry is in from over there. Lives about a block and a half from me. Cindy lives about a block and a half that way. And Diane lives about a block and a half that way. So we got a bunch of people here from the city. Tell your people that get in your network, put on your Facebook, just put a picture like this, just go, I'm taking baritone lessons. And they'll say, what's a baritone ukulele? And you say, it's like a ukulele, only better. Or they'll say, well, I used to play guitar, but I gave it up because it was too hard. You say, I have a solution for you. And you share it with your networks. Put it on your Instagram page. Just go take a picture of yourself holding your baritone. Do this. Or like when you see those band pictures, or like have this look like saw Lady Gaga on Sunday morning, and she was middle of pandemic, new album coming out. She's feeling sorry for herself because she's turned into Lady Gaga and just can't be herself anymore. Big violin, and but she's got these huge boots on and this stuff, all this stuff, and you think, well, if she can do that, I can at least wear my regular clothes, hold up my baritone, take a picture of it, looking lovingly at it. Oh, I love my baritone. Post it on Facebook or Amazon, what do they call it, Instagram, or whatever else you do. Send it out to your people on your email contact list, and say, hey, you guys can come. You should join me. We'll have fun. It'll be fun. You'll see. Now, and again, you don't teach them what I teach you, right? Well, you do. You teach them what I teach you, but you start them with Frere Jacques, right? You guys started there. Right? You teach them that. And then pretty soon they're doing what you guys are doing today. Well, how does it go? I should pull it up. I don't know how it goes. I don't know how your version goes. What did I do with it? It is think. Where's my, what did I do with my thing? There it is. All right. I'm a mess. All right, let's play the arpeggios. Guys, just know, and I mentioned this in the ukulele class, I goofed up for you, not for them. And because I needed to, because converting these from ukulele to baritone takes a lot of work. And so sometimes I'm running behind. And so I was running behind, and you guys got the key of C arpeggio Thursday, and here we are on Monday, and now we're already pushing you into the key of G. So know that normally I like you to work on an arpeggio for a couple of weeks, really, and because they're hard, and so I don't want you to feel like all I'm going to do is start throwing arpeggios and etudes and all this stuff at you. It's just you ended up with 2 in a row here, and so I do apologize for that. But think how smart and awesome you'll be when we're done with them. And I don't think I downloaded yours, so let me hold on. Let me get my act together here. Let's go here, here, patience, here. Jolly Roger, songs, download into downloads, and then into baritone. Did I download it? I didn't. Okay. So you are D major. Thump, thump, thump. Oh, it's in. I know why it's not there. I'm like, where is it? It's not here. I left it on Mammoth Gardens. That's why. Because you guys are a different thing altogether. Mammoth Gardens, arpeggios, baritone. There you are. Let's download the D major baritone arpeggio. Download. Yes. Complete. Get out of this thing. Oh, you have to get okay. I know. Whatever. Just get going. And then storage. Download. I feel like those old things. Baritone. Remember those old things with the pen? You had to hit them 80,000 times. D major arpeggio baritone. All right. Beautiful. It's going to be amazing, the sound you made today. Who else wanted in here? Miguelina made it in. Terry, Cindy, and Linda is back. She's listening. And Ray is here. So we got that. We got everybody that matters, plus a few others hiding out up here. We probably have Jake Shimabukuro hiding out up here. So act like you know what you're doing. Okay. He wants to learn how to play baritone too. Let's talk about arpeggios. Arpeggios are chords broken into their parts, right? So the first measure, you're holding to this D chord. You pluck these 3 strings, then you break it up. 1, 2, 3. Okay. We didn't hit this first string, but we will later on in the piece of music. Okay. Right now, we're just remember on the key of G key of G arpeggio. We started off with using these bottom 3 strings the entire first page. Now on this song, we're starting off on the upper 3 strings. And again, I would approach it the same exact way. Thumb, index, middle. The big challenge with using your ring finger and assigning out 4 strings, 4 fingers is now you're putting your weakest finger onto your most important string. It's not ideal. Okay. So in this case, yeah, in this song, we'll be doing plenty of that because we'll run out of fingers and we have to do that. But if we don't have to do that, it makes a lot more sense to use these 3 fingers or use your thumb to get your really good stuff. So let's run through this. We'll go one measure at a time, make sure you know everything that's happening. Okay, so we got a D chord, D chord, baritone brain, click. Got a D chord on, top 3 strings, pluck them all. And then one at a time. Thumb, index, middle. Then you go to your B minor. 1, 2, 3. Bum, bum, bum. You pluck all three. Bum, and then middle, index, thumb. Okay. Then next chord is your G chord. I would just use my middle finger there. I just drop down. Anytime you're on that B minor, just drop down to your G chord. Just use the wrong finger, right? This is the least amount of work. And then play these open notes. And we talked last week, you don't technically have to put this on here, but you should. It'll sound better, and it's good practice for your left hand. Okay? And then measure 5, we're going to go to your A chord. Oh, boom, boom, boom. This is the one thing I love about baritone. We don't have to talk about making an official A chord correctly. You have enough room. Index, middle, right. Unless your hands are gigantic, you have enough room on here. And honestly, switching to a guitar doesn't help because the strings are closer together. So this is absolutely meant for guys with big hands. Okay, get to grab all your 2s, and then middle index thumb. Measure 6, we repeat. Let's play all the way through measure 9. 1, 2, ready, play. That big 2 there, and you want to be immediately over on your G chord. Now you're going to switch strings. You're going to go down to the bottom 3 strings, okay, and you're going to go plunk, plunk. Add your pinky on at 5. That's a bit of a stretch. You can do it. You may not be able to do it today, but it is a stretch that I make guitar players do this stretch too. So sometimes they really honestly are never going to be able to do it, but there you can do this one. Okay, G chord, P up there, ow. Okay? Again, just get used to that big old long stretch. It's going to come up a lot. You might as well just get where you're like, yep, I'm going to be able to do it. Play that twice. Go to your A chord, put the whole chord on, just play the bottom 3 strings. Measure 12 and 13 are the same. Here's where things get exciting. Okay. I want you to put a full bar on it, 3, and then the E shape in front. Okay, so here's your E shape. Okay. Slide that up, bar on 3. So now you have a G chord here. Thought always comes up, do I really need to use that G chord? Because I have this G chord, and it's way better. Yes, you have to learn to use this G chord. Baritone players, get used to your bar. You're going to spend a lot of time on your bar. This is the one thing about this instrument that is a mixed blessing. You're going to be all over the place depending on who you're playing with, and bar chords are going to be a part of who you are and what you do. It's exciting because you are going to be able to do it. You may not be able to do it right this minute, but you are going to be able to do it. And this bar chord with this E shape on front, it's going to be super useful for this shape here. And even in this song, you're going to take it up to 5. So right off the bat, we get a lot of use of this shape. Bar on 3, E shape in front. Let's pluck 4 strings now. Go. Pluck, pluck, pluck. Now, to get to your A chord, don't lift everybody up, slide up, and put them back on. Just slide up, okay? And you're going to hear that sound. That sound drives some people crazy. Don't let that sound drive you crazy. This is the sound of live music. In recordings, they take that sound off. There's an engineer, and it's his job to take those out. Your job is to embrace those. That's live music. Okay, you're going to slide up to 5, pluck these 5, or pluck these 4. Okay, now, very quickly, to B minor, and then pluck, everybody. Thumb, index, middle, drop down to your G chord, pluck, thumb, index, middle, D chord, plunk, thumb, index, middle, A chord, plunk, thumb, index, middle, B minor, plunk, thumb, index, middle, G chord, plunk, thumb, index, middle, D chord, thumb, index, middle, A chord, thumb, index, middle. The repeat takes you all the way to the top. Measure 2. Grab your G chord. Let's play together. We'll play all the way down through the repeat. 1, 2, 3, 4. Next part, section measure 24. You're looking at it going, oh, straight melody. This is your melody maker, your thumb. Grab your 2, go. Find your 10. 9, 7, 5, 7. Slide down. 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 5, 2. Oh, oh, 2, 3, 5, 2. Okay. So in that section, you have really basically 2 main areas. Things that are in second position, measures 24 and 25. Things that are way up here, right? They go all the way up to 10, which means that your index finger's on 7, and then you're going to have some 5s and 7s and 2s, so it's all over the place. So you really got to come up with some strategies. I'd say pinky on 10, 9 and 7, and then you're at 5, 7. So I'm sliding my 5 down probably, putting my pinky on the 7, and that gives me an opportunity to get down to 2. Sometimes I might think about being cool, and I might go right and slide it down there, and you can get that sound, which is kind of fun. And then at 28, you're back in second position. 3, 3, 2, 3, 5, 2, oh, oh, 2, 3, 5, 5, 2. Right, so you're just play that little bit from 28 to the 31 and play that in second position. All your notes are covered. Okay, measure 32, grab it here. Glissando shows back up, that wiggly thing. Okay, that means thumb down. This whole section we're going to play with our thumb through 39. Let's play that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Measure 40. Notice the glissandos disappear. That means you go back to your pluck. Grab your D chord. Pluck, 2, A7, pluck, 2, D chord. Pluck, pluck, pluck. That fermato over the end there is saying hold this until your baritone is absolutely dead silent before you pick off your chord. You should do that anyway. It's just the composer was very clear. I really want that last chord to ring out as long as possible. And so you should do what the composer says to do. Double checking and see a couple of weird things that I'm going to fix on this. The little B natural minor, there's no reason to have that natural sign on there. back in the day, I didn't know how to fix those, and now I go through and fix them. And I forgot to on this one. Okay, so let's play it top to bottom. Ready? Nice and slow. By the way, remember when you're playing our etudes and complicated music like this, you show up here to play with me to test the water, to see, get a sense of how the song goes, to see how you're playing up against me. If you're keeping up with me, you're in great shape. If you're not keeping up with me, that doesn't mean that you're a bad player. It just means you need to play at a little bit slower pace. And the message that I try to send to everybody that I work with is that playing slow is what's going to make you good, not playing fast. Playing fast makes people be like, wow, look at you. But that's not where great musicians come from. Great musicians come from painfully slow, repetitive, over and over practice. LeBron James, when he slams the basketball, you're like, yeah, that's what we meant. That's what we're showing. He doesn't show you the sitting in the gym by himself shooting free throws over and over and over and over and over. Okay. And so that's the same with music. You got to do the work on the part that's not as much fun. And when you're working on that, you work on it slow. This is complicated music. And so slow is going to get you there sooner than fast. Okay. Nice and slow. Top to bottom. Remember your repeat. There it happens at measure whatever. Measure 23. We'll go back to the top. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a nice piece of music. The nice part about that, I think, is all the different skill sets you get to use. You get to use the lower strings early on. You get to use the higher strings later on. You get to use this complicated bar chord in two different places. You get to pluck three strings. You get to pluck four strings. You get to play one string at a time with your thumb. You get to do these beautiful glissandos followed by some thumb plucking right after that. You get to switch from glissando back to plucking again. And you get to the whole way through, you're working on how pretty can I make this thing sound? And it sounds pretty nice in my mind. And so we have all that all in two pieces of paper. And with the etudes, the purpose is not to get great at playing etudes. The purpose of that is to take that skill set that we're learning here and then go apply it to real music. And not that this isn't real music, but it's definitely designed as an educational thing rather than a musical thing. Even though when I wrote these, I wanted them to sound as pretty as I could. And so I was really focused in on having nice, pretty melodies in them. And I think for the most part, I got pretty lucky on these. And I would say if you can master the skill set here, think about where you started with one note at a time. And now you're already up to holding the chord, plucking do all these different right hand techniques, and you'll have, you will be a powerful addition to any musical group that you're in as you become more and more comfy with these pieces of, these different skill sets. All right. That's all I have to tell you today, guys. Let me talk about the next couple of days. Number one, tomorrow I am gone. I'm on jury duty tomorrow, so I will not be here. And show up this time slot. You're already used to slowing up in this time slot. Just sit down with your baritone, play through Key of D arpeggio. I do not have your Simple Gifts and Carnival of Venice posted yet. I got to convert them from ukulele yet, so I'm hoping to get that done tonight. In the event that I do not get them posted quickly enough for you, go grab some of the sheet music from last week, and we will agree that if we have to play some of the stuff from last week, we will. And let me give you my thoughts on which would do you the most good from last week or the week before. As I'm going through here, basically you can just back yourself up, go to the ukulele or the baritone tab on the website. You've got Home on the Range, All Through the Night, Amazing Grace, Brahms Lullaby. Look for the more grown-up type songs in here. Really starting Brahms Lullaby, Amazing Grace, La Cucaracha, All Through the Night, Home on the Range. All of those are good stuff. Okay, so if you're like, well, what should I do? Then what you should do is that. Okay, don't hesitate to spend a little bit of time on the key of G arpeggio and certainly the key of D because Friday we'll be playing key of D arpeggio, and I want you to feel as good and comfy with that as you can. I think that's it. I think that's what I know. If you have questions about the key of D major arpeggio, now's the time to ask them. If you feel like, yep, I got this, I just need to practice, then we're good for the day. And I think it sounds pretty on baritone. Some of you who are sheet music readers should know also that if you look at the way this works out on baritone in the standard notation line, it's actually really fascinating because it's much cleaner and makes a whole lot more sense than the ukulele stuff. Because on ukulele, we have the high G on the top string, and it creates all this craziness in the standard music. But look at how nice and neat and orderly all your notes are up there in that standard notation line. Everything makes sense. This is why you can use standard notation to teach guitar, is because it makes sense. And you guys have an even cleaner in the sense that the biggest chord you can have is 4 notes, which is plenty big. That you don't need a 6-note chord until you're a jazz player. And dear Lord, please don't become a jazz player. So anyway, I love the way your music looks on the page. I think it's just nice and neat and pretty and clean. So, all right, guys, have a wonderful day. Lanny, mahalo to you. Carol, see you tonight. Oh, yeah, brief reminder, those of you, it's a thing of beauty. All right, Vic. don't forget, tonight we have orchestras and we have baritone lines for everything. So you should come by. Great opportunity for you to get fast, to get bulletproof, to get where you don't care about mistakes, where you just keep moving forward into the future. And so please give some thought to coming around to play with us tonight. If you're not a member of the website, get to be that way. And we will be, we need baritone players, right? We need baritone players who really know what they're doing. We got plenty of ukulele players who know what they're doing. It's baritone players that we want to get you guys up and running and really solid. So definitely give some thought to coming around tonight for the orchestra performances, or the orchestra rehearsals, I should say. And good to see all you guys. Hope you're having a wonderful. Hope you had a good weekend. Hope that it feels good to get back in, get your hands on the instrument, get to making some music. So, Terry, good to see you. Michelina, have a great day. Linda. Yeah, good. Go take a nap. Good to see you, Linda. Glad you're doing better. She just got through some medical stuff. So, Ray, good to see you, bud. Jack, good to see you. Having trouble with the member login. Help. Send me an email, Jack. That's the only way I know how to help you. And I usually end up having to reset your password, but I have to go into the actual website and all that. So send me an email that I can go in and double check your email address against what's in the system. And as long as they match up, then I just reset your password, and then usually that solves the problem. It's usually related to the password not cooperating with you. In all but one case, we've had that come up. So if you'll toss me an email, Jack, I will be able to reset your password, and then you'll be able to get in after that. So sorry that you're having trouble with that. But like I say, it's been pretty solid that everybody's that the technology works. It's the passwords that get a little bit fussy, and once I reset the password, you'll be fine. Which is true in everybody except one. So, all right, guys, have a wonderful day. I'll see all of you next week, or no, I will see Wednesday, not next week. Wednesday, I will see you guys. Have a wonderful couple of days.